Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking to you about the new ETA, which came in effect on January 8th of this year. And ETA stands for Electronic Travel Authorization. We're going to take you through everything you need to know, how to apply for the ETA, who needs the ETA, and basically everything you need to know.
We're even going to do a walkthrough at the end.
Yeah.
Mitch has applied for his ETA because we are going to need that in about a month or so. Yeah. And you're going to be there when we do my apply for my ETA so that we can go through it together. You can see what the platform looks like.
Exactly.
But first, we want to get into who needs to get the ETA if you're going to the UK, because we were actually surprised that it's not just if you're visiting or actually going through border control in the UK. You need this even if you are connecting in the airport and not going through border control. And let's just, I'll back up here. We're looking at Canadians, US citizens, Australians, New Zealand, people from New Zealand. A lot of countries need that effective January 8th, 2025. We will leave a link to the UK government website that will tell you exactly who needs that right now. Coming in April 2nd, I believe this year, most of the countries then in the European Union are also going to need to apply for this if they are going to or even transiting to. Basically, if you are even in a vessel that touches down in a UK territory, you are going to need this ETA. Also to keep in mind, this is not just adults who need it. Children, babies that would be traveling with you are going to need this ETA. Yeah, essentially just check, because you might think, hey, I'm not going to the UK. In a lot of cases, you don't need a visa or something if you're just transiting through an airport. What I think is unique about this is, and this is the situation we're in, we're just connecting through the UK, and we need to apply for this. Even though we're not going to go through border control.
Exactly.
Next up, cost. What's this cost? A lot of people say this is just a cash grab, and they may be right. So how much does it cost?
It costs 10 British pounds.
Per person?
Per person, per application. Even if your application is not accepted, you still have to pay the 10 pounds.
And that is non-refundable. So
Exactly.
If you're denied, you're not getting that 10 pounds back.
Yeah.
So for us, that's almost 20 Canadian dollars, about 19 Canadian dollars each. And so to start the application process, which, like we said, we're going to do with you in a couple of minutes, you do want to have a few things on hand.
Yeah, you definitely need your passport. You need internet and email access.
Yep.
You need a credit card or like Apple Pay, Google Pay is fine. And also a photo of yourself or the person you're applying for. Or if you're using the app, which we'll get into in a bit, you take your photo in the app.
Yes, so you can apply for other people. Obviously, parents can apply for children, or say, Mitch could have applied for me if I wasn't around. But they do specifically state that if you're doing that, to make sure you have the person's actual passport and not a copy of that passport. And that's because there's some swiping of the passport on your phone, I guess. And the technology is picking up the information in that chip. So we'll show you how that works,
which is pretty cool, actually.
And I think that was one spot where you actually ran into a bit of a glitch, where it wasn't working for you. Now, interesting too, Mitch has the new Canadian passport, and it is different. It's got that really thick picture page with the chip in it.
Yeah, so the chip is just in a different location, and we'll get into that when we're actually in the app and we're actually scanning the passport. We'll tell you all about that.
Yes, because Mitch had to actually go back in and sort of scan a different part of his page, and then it worked. So we'll show you that when we're doing my application. And they do say that the fastest way to apply is
through the app.
Using the app. So That's an app that you can download. Again, on the website, on the UK government website, they actually have a QR code right on there that you can scan on your phone that would take you straight to the app in your app store in order to get that. So they do make it pretty easy. But we'll also show you exactly what that app looks like. So if you just search it in the app store, you know the icon that you're looking for. And hopefully you're tech savvy enough to get through that. And again, if not, they do offer the online as sort of a backup if you, or maybe you don't have a smartphone.
Right, exactly.
And can't get that app.
Definitely a great alternative if you don't have the smartphone to do it on the website. With that being said, the app is very user-friendly, very straightforward, and it was, pretty quick to do.
Okay, so speaking of how quick it was to do, how long can you expect to wait until you get the decision whether or not your application is accepted?
Up to 3 working days. They say it could take longer depending, but usually within 3 working days you'll get your response. With that being said, I got my response basically instantly, and the application was accepted, which was fantastic.
Yeah, it was very quick. Now, once that application is accepted, your authorization is good for 2 years.
It's good for 2 years. And the cool part about this, you don't need to save your confirmation on your phone or anything like that, because your confirmation or your authorization is linked directly to your passport.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about carrying around a QR code on your phone or a piece of paper like a visa or something. It's automatically linked within that passport. Now, I guess the exception to where this would expire before the 2 years would be if your passport expires.
Exactly, because it's linked to your passport. If your passport expires and you get a new passport, you have to redo the whole process again.
Yeah, so reapply. So it's essentially 2 years or before your travel documentation expires, whichever comes first would be the situation. Or if you're getting a new passport because of, say, a name change or whatever reason you might be getting a new passport for.
I think the only thing that maybe doesn't apply to the ETA, Jan, but is the IAS.
Yeah, so that you may have also heard about. That is the electronic the European Travel Information and Authorization System. So that should not be confused with the ETA. That is the European Union, essentially, a system that will be launched later this year. We will make a separate video on that because we will likely be heading back to Europe in the fall, and we're going to need to apply for that as well. But yes, that's not in effect yet. Slated to come mid-2025 is what they're saying.
And what was the cost of that, they were saying?
That's €7, and I believe going to actually last you for 3 years.
Bonus.
Yeah.
But also in UK fashion, we're having ourselves a tea right now. Cheers.
Cheers. We have 2 different types of tea, and with that, let's walk you through the application process and apply for my ETA.
All right, so now we're going to get into the application process. So as you can see on the screen, here is the app, and here's what it looks like. It's just called UK ETA.
With the crown, of course.
All right, so we're going to get into it. So the 3 steps: confirm your identity, answer some questions, pay for your application.
The most important stuff.
Seems pretty simple. All right, so let's continue. What you'll need, like we mentioned, the passport that you'll use to travel to the UK, access to your email, and a credit or debit card.
Passport.
All right, let's go continue. All right, so like we mentioned, the ETA lasts for 2 years or until your passport expires, whichever one is sooner. You can travel to the UK as many times as you want in that time, and £10 to apply. So we're going to start the process now. All right, so
We're
your
gonna agree to cookies.
privacy and cookies.
I love snacks.
Snacks would be good right now, especially with our tea.
Oh, a little shortbread or something.
All right, agree and continue. So we're going to enter the email address.
Oh. And I will have to check for my security code.
All right, so we entered Jan's email address. Click continue. So it sends you a 6-digit code to your email address to confirm that the email address is the one you want to use.
Okay, and there it is.
Okay, continue. And you enter your phone number. Continue. And does your passport have a biometric chip? And the way to know that is?
That symbol right there indicates a biometric chip. I believe all Canadian passports would have them at this point.
Mm-hmm. All right, so Jan's does, so we're gonna click yes. So we need to take a photo of the passport. Okay, so image taken, and it says it's successful.
Right away.
So we hit continue. And now we have to access the chip in the passport. And it shows you just rubbing your phone over the cover of your passport. So we're gonna hit continue. It says ready to scan. Okay, there's a problem. Try again.
So,
well, I'm just going to take the case off, just in case. Get it? Just in case.
No pun intended.
And unfortunately, when there's a problem, you have to redo your picture. And now we're going to access the chip again. We hit continue. And once you see the green bar starting to move, stop moving your phone, otherwise you'll get an error. So now it says information checked with a check mark, access chip completed. Access chip completed, information checked. We hit OK. And next we'll use your phone's camera to check if you're a real person. And we have to scan the face. So.
Do we need to turn on another light?
No,
here?
I think we'll be okay. So basically, once you're ready, you want to go on a plain wall, sort of like Jan is right now, and you're going to hit the scan face. You're going to hold that, Jan.
You have to put your face in the oval. Ooh, it's not very nice. The phone tells you what to do. It's saying move closer. Oh, and completed just like that.
Completed. Perfect. Okay.
Okay, so it says the scan face was completed. So I'm going to say okay. And now I have to take my photo to confirm it's my identity.
Okay.
Plain light background. Well, we have gray walls, so we're going to do what we can. Head and shoulders visible. You need even lighting, no shadows or glare behind you. So we're going to hope this all works. I don't know if my shoulders got in it.
Let's see what it says.
Oh, it meets. I didn't even get my shoulders
Okay, so
in
your
there.
photo meets the requirements. Use this photo.
Okay, so got the pictures done, the passport is scanned. So it's good that it goes through all of that stuff first, actually, before you carry on, because you get all that technology stuff out of the way. I think, as you could see too, I didn't really quite get my shoulders in there taking a selfie, and it accepted it. So they're not terribly picky, I guess. So now we're going through the rest of the application, which is essentially your address and that sort of basic tombstone information.
So we have the address, we hit continue, and your nationalities, scan from your Canadian passport, which is correct. We hit continue. Do you have a job?
No, I
Or
don't.
retired. All right. But obviously, if you had a job, you'd say yes.
Yeah.
All right, so no job. And here are a couple new questions. So have you ever been, have you ever had a criminal conviction? Includes convictions from any country. You do not need to tell us about convictions for activities that are legal in the UK. For example, trade union membership or same-sex relationships.
Okay.
So.
Still never been convicted of anything.
All right, hard to believe, eh? All right, so no. Have you ever been involved in or suspected of any of the following? War crimes, genocide, or crimes against humanity, terrorism, including support for or membership of terrorist groups, supporting extremist groups, or expressing extremist views?
Absolutely not.
All right, so no, continue. Then it just has all of your information to confirm, your email address, your phone number, your address, basically all of your answers. And we're gonna click continue.
So those are the only questions. Job, criminal involvement in nefarious activities.
Yeah. And then we're gonna hit continue now. And just a declaration that basically everything you've inputted is true and accurate.
So help me God.
And now we're gonna go continue to payment. Which country are you applying from?
We're here in Poland, so we are applying from Poland.
Continue. All right, so now you have to do your payment. And again, it's 10 British pounds or €12.53.
Or $25 Canadian
No,
at
it's
this
like
point. Our
just under
dollar is
19.
getting pretty bad.
It's actually getting better as of January 8th. All right, so continue to payment. So you can pay by card or you can pay by Apple Pay. We're just gonna make this easy and we're gonna do Apple Pay. Okay, so as you can see right here, application submitted. We've sent a confirmation email to the email address you provided. And basically, it just tells you up here, allow up to 3 working days for your approval. However, it may arrive much sooner. And we're gonna check in maybe about 30 seconds just to see. So I'm just gonna click done here.
So let's just go back because again, anyone with the new Canadian passport, I believe you had an issue, right? So
Yeah.
because we scanned mine with the passport closed on the table, and what did you have to do? You had to open up.
Yeah, so on the new Canadian passport, it's hard to see here, but the picture page is like
thick.
really thick, and it's like
not
plexiglass even.
Yeah.
But where the chip is, I don't know if you can see that. Here's the back of it. That's the chip right there. So basically, I just went over the chip.
Like you opened
I
your
opened
passport.
it, and I went right on the new thick laminated page.
So if you do have the new Canadian passport, rather than keeping it closed, open it up and scan that hard picture page. And Mitch had success in doing that.
So that's sort of it. Why don't you check your email, Jan, just to see? Because again, I got mine basically instantly within like maybe 10 or 15 seconds.
We're approved. So do please hit the like button if this helped you out and you found it helpful. Subscribe if you like more helpful how-tos and to follow along on our adventures in different places. We're here in Poland and we will be bringing you all those videos from Poland in the weeks to come.
Cheers.
Cheers.